Hello weep, grana, weep, bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related, and today we're going to be checking a look at the Thunder Erebus by Maketoys. Quite an old figure, but I've only just managed to get my mitts on it, and I think this is a thing of beauty in the main form. So let's start off, as we always do, by checking a look at the packaging. On this one, we can see that it is cross-dimension Thunder Erebus Maketoys MTCD03P with this awesome artwork here at the front, where we can see the kind of Nemesis Prime with all like thunder, purple thunder coming off of woods like thunder, and then we see at the top it says Cross Dimension Thunder Erebus MTCD035SP. On the side we get a picture of it in its awesome combined mode, absolutely fantastic. On the back we get all of the different transformations that we have. So you get a little dude that's part of the I guess this is their take on Jinrai. You get the bot mode, you get to disconnect this, connect everything up, and then he has his full assault of weapons. And of course he's also has his other mode of the truck mode. My favorite take on Prime is the Powermaster Prime, so I'm always intrigued when someone comes through with a new version, or certainly a version I've not reviewed before. On the bottom it says, I guess, don't eat your children because they have small parts. Added stuff that we get with this dude, we do get a little card, Thunder Erebus, and then on the back we get this AR token. An AR token. Whoa. AR token. Tap to transform. Oh, I don't think. Tap to I don't think that works. We also got this in there, which is a set of destructions, obviously for the original version, because it says Thunder Manus under there instead of Erebus, which is what we got. And then we also got this set of destructions, which again is for the transformation then worksheet format, so you get two different sets of destructions to help with the transformation. Some nice big pictures, and yeah, you know what, it's not a bad transformation for this one. First we check the box, now we check the box inside, and this is Thunder Erebus with everything attached on. Look at him, he is absolutely gorgeous. So this is their take on Powermaster Optimus Prime, Jinrai, whatever you want to call him. This is the Nemesis version, and it's very, very, very cool. It's got some of the classic features on it, and actually some of the transformation on this dude is very much a callback to the original one, especially with these side panels coming down in the way that they do. I do like the way that they've changed it though. They've kind of made it look a little bit more futuristic. I don't know why, but it reminds me of something that should be in Terminator. I don't know why I get massive Terminator vibes from this whenever I look at it. Don't know why, just do. Awesome looking red here on the front of the cab that's now just popped off. So the cab is kind of tiny, kind of small. This is probably the least interesting piece of this. All of the wheels on this, by the way, are all plastic and with a very low ground clearance. Very low. So much you can see that this barely scrapes through. If I show you that, there's the wheel when it comes down. So that for me is a little bit of annoying. When you come to mess around with this, that ground clearance is a bit crappy. And there's also this here. I don't really like this too much. This is where you have to hook it on. It kind of hooks on and then angles in like that. I don't know why it has to do that. It's quite annoying, and it just, yeah, I don't know why I don't like it. The other things that we can do with this is we can have these guns, obviously. They can move around exactly how we would like them to. These ones don't move around at all. They just kind of position themselves here at the bottom. But I do think that the whole thing does look very good together, very, very detailed, and just a couple of challenges with just that bit there and the clearance on everything. But yeah, other than that, pretty brutal look. Hidden away in the front here, we also have his partner, Jinrai, for this one. So very similar to the way that the old Jinrai transformed. You can see that his Powermaster, or Haikyuu, whatever you want to call him, just transforms down like this, and then you just bring everything down and everything down here, and I think that is pretty much it. Very, very simple. So now we've got the whole thing transformed, and we can see it is very, very simple. It's got an interesting kind of head sculpt on it, but you're not going to pose this thing very much. You know, your arm just flops down. This doesn't really want to move around too much. There's lots of tabs all over it. Definitely an afterthought. It's very loose. I don't even know if I can get the dude to stand up. Really, very much. No, he can just about stand up. He's very much an afterthought, though. Really, on some of these, I do like to keep this dude separate. For this, he is an integral piece of it because he doesn't really add much value and away from the bot mode himself. So now time for a quick comparison. And first of all, let's compare him to a Hasbro take on Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. We can see the cabs are much bigger. So all in all, I think he's probably about the same length. If we put the trailer on this, he's probably about the same length as that. But yeah, he is very much smaller in the cab. And then if we bring out the new age version of Ultra Magnus, yeah, we can see that he's a lot bigger in the trailer. The cabs are similar, but this one's a little bit fatter. But this, I think, you know, this one is supposed to be exaggerated a little bit, whereas this one's supposed to be a little bit closer to the original. Okay, so let's uncouple this first of all and have a little look at the cab. We had a slight look at it before. We'll have a more in-depth one now. It's not great. It doesn't feel good. This feels like it's made of good plastic. This feels a little soft, a little squishy. I'm not as happy with this. You know, if I bought this as a solo figure, I would be thinking that this is made of some very cheap materials, in all honesty. The transformation on this dude is quite easy. We just tab everything here. First of all, maneuver this section out to loosen everything. Then bring everything down here and open up his arms. So bring this section down, and move these two down as well. And you can see that they'll just connect there and connect there. Down and spin the feet around. If you want to spin the feet around, you can see you've got two little feeties there, and then we just have to work on his arms. Coming around the back, we're actually going to rotate this all the way around so it's like that, and then these two back pieces just fold in. We'll bring the head out at this time as well, or we'll try to. There we go. There's his little head. That goes onto the back section, and then this piece here will rotate, go back in, rotate, and go back in. And if we can find a way to get his hands to stay in, rawr, there we go. We now have our fully transformed Jinrai Prime, whatever you want to call him. I actually got the transformation a little bit wrong. It's not round like this, actually. You need to have this bit kind of round the back here, so it kind of hangs down like a saggy ass. It's a bit weird, gets in the way. But yeah, that's the actual transformed version. I guess you can do both. Yeah, let's check a quick look at him then. His head sculpt is quite nice, actually, in all honesty. It's got those blue eyes, metallic blue, and the different shades of kind of greys and black on the face as well are pretty cool. As we go down, we've got the red that follows through from the original cab that's now hanging around like the saggy ass and the back. The wheels actually are pretty cool, the way that they sit just on the hips here, and the gold that kind of sticks out against the black as well. Red on the knees and then the feet as well. Overall, he doesn't look too bad. However, I will say he feels, yeah, like I said before, he feels a little cheap in hand. He doesn't feel great, and he doesn't hold together. You know, this all feels very, very loose around here. This is horrifying. No matter where you put this is horrible and gets in the way of everything. These are very loose, don't really kind of lock and tab in the way that you'd want them to. And yeah, I mean, look at that, a hand. Look at it. Look at his hand. What's going on with his snake hand? Articulation then, you get a full 360 on his head, and he can go up and he can go down as well. You'll get some arm articulation here, and he can get a little bit going here, but you have to pull the shoulder piece out here to be able to do that. You'll get a full 360 on the arm, and then you'll get some weird arm articulation here as well. But you also get a swivel on the arm and on there. So his arm does articulate quite a lot, but not in any ways that are useful. And this is horrible. On the butt of his hand is absolutely horrible. Then at the hips, you'll get a kind of swivel on there, but this then obviously gets in the way a lot. If you turn it round the way I had it before, yeah, you can get the wheels to go down, and then you might be able to. No, you can't get much. You can't get much out of him at all when it comes to hip swivel, unfortunately. Ay, come on. And then on the legs, you'll get all the way out, all the way down. Bit of a knee tuck and a little bit of an overextension on there as well, and then some toe articulation as well, should you need it. So he does articulate, but yeah. Now you do get some accessories for specifically this dude as well, and they are hidden quite well. So what you have to do is you have to get this gun off the side of the truck, and you have to just take out this section here, and then you'll see you get this little gun that then fits into the little peg that's on his hand. Okay, so let's get this dude ready to be combined with the trailer. So let's transform him one more time, and this time we already have this dangling round the back. So let's bring the arms up and we bring them out. The head itself can just go back inside. So we bring the arms up like this and we fold them round. The arms again come round and we fold them. Then these two should just tap together like that, and then this can just all clip back in together. So you should have something that looks a little bit like this, and then it's just a matter of bringing everything together and folding these feet back down and then bringing them up like this. So you should have the feet a little bit like this, and then you just collapse them in, and rotate that up. So you should have something that looks a little bit like this. And anyone who really had the original Jinrai Powermaster Optimus Prime, whatever you called him, I think you'll recognize that shape, yeah? Trailer transformation time. Let's take all of the guns off to start with. First thing we're going to do is we are going to untab the back here and untab the back here. So we've got all of this to mess around with and fold down like so, and fold these two sections out. So you've got a kind of flying section. Then slide this down and fold that around, and then the same with this. So untab, fold it in, and slide it around so that you've got these kind of bits that will go flush against there. Then this tab goes into here, So you'll tab these sections together. Just have to maneuver them a little bit because they're a little bit funny sometimes. I don't exactly know what it is or the reason why. Open up these two compartments. This back piece here rotates up to reveal that piece there. So you can already see you've got kind of legs and this section here as well. These will just fold in and then that will also fold in there. Before you fold this bit up, fold this bit in and this bit in. It's all about the folding. All about the folding on this one. Yeah. There we go. So we fold those in. Everything then folds nicely together. This bit should tab in as well if you can get this to level down a little bit. But let's move these arms out for this section as well. Anybody who had the original, to get the arms to fold down, just maneuver them forwards and maneuver them forwards, and then they'll just go down into that side piece there, and then we should be able to get all of this to actually lie down flat correctly. So that all goes flat on the bottom there. Now the head section will bring that out to here. You can also work out the hands at this section as well, bringing it out, folding it down, and bringing it out and folding that around as well. So you can see you've got the upper body pretty much ready to go, ready to insert the cab here. Moving on down to the legs then, bring this section down. Okay, so now we come to the feet, and these are a little bit tricky. So the first thing you do is flip it up and flip it up. As you can already see, these are going to form the toey woeys here on this, so that's pretty. We then bring this up like this, and you can see that there's the leg, right? There's the leg. Bring this out, and then this will fold up into this section here, and then these wheels that are here, if you bring them round to there, you're then going to twist, move this piece up, and section them there. So you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So again, to show you on this side, we've already flipped this down. So we moved the whole mechanism down and to the side. This goes up. This goes down. And then this can go all the way all the way around to there. There we go. So you should have something that looks like that, and then this will go down. So there we got the feet done. Now the dude is facing the wrong way, so spin-a-rooney this dude around. We can start to see that he is looking pretty stellar at this point. Coming around the back, you want to just fold this piece up, so the back should look something like this, and then we're going to put the final touch in. So now we're going to put in Nemesis Jinrai core into the center. You've got a tab just here and a tab just here, so put him in, push him down till he clicks, which I believe he has. Yeah, there we go. So that's in, and then this section here comes down. You've got a tab, very small tab here, and then these go through the little gaps. So you need to push it back and push this piece in, and then the same with this section here. Just push it back. Might need to do a little bit of faffing. It's always the way on these kind of Jinrai-esque figures that there's always the cab always needs a little bit of messing around with, I find. This is not too bad, especially compared to Powermaster, but still a little bit of faffing. Just to get it to hold in securely there. Okay, so here we have our fully combined Nemesis Powermaster Jinrai Optimus Prime, aka Thunder Erebus, and this does look pretty damn dope. I really Love the way this dude looks in this form. Obviously, there's a lot more that we can do by adding the cannons and stuff like that, which we will do later on. But we'll just look at this epic head sculpt that we have here. Nice. Very cool. Optimus Prime head sculpt, obviously. Loving the side sections here and those blue eyes. You know, I quite like the blue eyes on this. Nemesis usually comes with some red eyes, but I quite like the fact they kept the blue eyes. And this touches of blue here makes it very different to a lot of Nemesis Primes that don't have any of the blue. They tend to focus in on the red. But I do like that about this figure, that you've got those classic flashes of Prime that come through. The cab looks very good on this one compared to the size of the rest of the body. There's something just a little bit different about this one. It's almost like it's super deformed, you know. It's got the huge musclier looking arms, and definitely did not skip leg day at all here as well, with this kind of smaller body and definitely a smaller head than you'd expect. I like it. I like the way that it's proportioned out. The silver looks great as well. The paint jobs all look very good on this. And he feels secure as well. Like, posability on this dude as well. He does, like, hold together very well. And we'll take a dip into the articulation next. So, articulation on this dude. He is on a ball joint and is super posable. Doesn't go back very much, but you can get a lot of... He can look at his tits. He can look at his chest pretty much and go, that looks good. And he can full 360 there on everything else as well. Can he get a full 360? Yeah, full 360 on the head. The arms, full 360. It'll go out as well. Then also full twist there. Nice overextension on the arm for the arm bend as well. And we also get some cool looking missiles that can go there or can go there. So if we have them forwards, and we'll have them forwards for this look here, just to finish off the look of the dude. Then we'll also get some hand rotation here and some hand rotation here. So that'll do a full 360, and the hands open and the hands closed. So you get some hand articulation as well on this dude. So super posable when it comes to all of the hand features. The body will do a full 360, and it's on a really nice strong ratchet. You'll also get a great ab crunch here, but I always think that on these bots, when they do have the ab crunch, it does look like half the back has just gone missing, but you can understand. It's a robot. There's no flesh to kind of stretch over the joints, I guess. Leg articulation, we get some hip skirts here that will move out to the sides to allow us to do a little bit more maneuvering. They're very stiff, which I guess is okay. Front as well, you'll get some hip skirt action. Legs on a very strong ratchet all the way out, all the way down, all the way to the front. And the back is a little sketchy. You'll need to move this out to get it all the way to the back, but it will go. So that's good. The legs are heavy, but it has really strong ratchets to be able to secure the weight. You'll get a nice knee bend, and you'll also get some thigh swivel here, and the toe will articulate to kind of wherever you want it as well. As plenty of messing around and articulation you can do. Ninja kick, yeah, this dude's going to be able to ninja kick. He's got damn big clod-hopping feet. And, oh, can he? Oh, maybe I was wrong. Can he ninja kick? Come on, dude. No? I actually thought he'd be able to, because he has very big feet. There we go. Bit of messing around, but we can get him to ninja kick in the end. Okay, so accessories. This dude would not be finished without all of his accessories, and he has a lot. So first of all, we get the cannons that we had before. Obviously, for this version of Prime, they have to go on his shoulder. That's the only place you can put these cannons on a Powerbaser. I keep calling it Powerbaser. It's not Powerbaser. On a Powermaster Optimus Prime. That really does finish off the look there very well. These guns are virtually identical to the guns that we originally got with the dude back in the day. And they just fit in very nicely to the hands here. So you can have him grip each one. Bear in mind we do get the grip that will just open, so he can tote both of the guns. That looks epic, very cool. But there's also storage here and here where you can just put them in, so you can just go click and it's in, and click and it's in. So there we go. You can also store both the weapons on his back, and then they look like two massive pipes actually. So I do like that. Is that supposed to be the way that they look? Is it supposed to look like two massive smokestacks at the back? Because if it is, that's a thing of beauty. The finishing touches then is this dude. So he transforms again by just turning his legs this way and just tabbing that in, and then just tabbing this in. God, this thing feels like it's gonna fall apart just in my hands. I hate that. Worst part of the entire figure, this. Then this just goes in, tab, 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 tab. Push it in to the area here. And then we have the Powermaster in. And the bad boy is completed and looking amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, the articulation suffers slightly if you have these guns on the back, but other than that, he articulates and compose however you want while looking super cool with guns and everything. Very, very, very good figure. Okay, so now time for the comparison, and we'll start by comparing him to New Age's take on Ultra Magnus, because you would think they would be a similar size, but this dude is much bigger. So we can see Magnus is very small compared to this dude. Magnus is only up to about his waist height, I guess, maybe a little shorter than his waist height. This is an incredible figure though. Don't let the size confuse you. And then also next to your more common Earthrise style Prime, he's bigger than an Earthrise style Prime. So in this mode, do you think he'll fit in with the rest of your Earthrise figures in this mode, size-wise? Maybe. So, final thoughts on Thunder Erebus, and it's a mix bag, in all honesty. If you are looking for something that should be Legend scale, but I believe, when I put him next to Magnus, like I said, I believe he's a bit too big for a full-on Legend scale. But I guess it depends on how big you believe Powermaster Optimus Prime should be. I think this mode is great. The truck mode, or the alt mode, is okay, fully combined. The cab feels like it's from a different figure. It is awful. And that Powermaster that sits right there is one of the worst things I've ever touched in my life. So it is a complete mixed bag. Price point on this is fairly high, so if you can pick it up for a decent price, then yeah, I would say pick it up. I love him in this mode. This is the mode that I will keep him in, but yeah, it's not without its issues and its challenges. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments, and as always, give me a like, a share, and a subscribe if you like what I'm doing around here, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!